Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and we are once again on the test server. And we are taking a look at the Type 5G Re. I guess is how you pronounce it. And I've pulled up a couple of stats here of a couple of mediums, just a picked bunch, really. And let's take a look at what it looks like in comparison. So the first thing that you should probably notice is that and if not, then I'm pointing it out to you, hit points is fairly good actually compared to the rest. Now keep in mind that this one of course has its final turret and these don't, but still. What do you get? 100, 150 HP with your top turret? That still would make it, out of these, the highest HP. Didn't pick up the German one, but I don't think that one has higher HP either. So that's not bad, really. The weight, this thing is one of the heavier ones, really. At 42, it's quite heavy compared to the rest. Of course, this is with full loadout, but all of these are quite considerably lower. As you can see, the top weight limit, 44, 30, yeah, 34. So these were all in the 30s, and this one is well into the 40s. So it's pretty heavy, actually. And you do notice it. The engine power is 550. I'll get back to that engine in a sec, but 520, 480, 600. So all of these really are better in power to weight ratio because this one is just heavy with not a great engine on top of it. Speed limit 42. It is slow, this tank, to get, acceleration wise. It is slow. Not as slow as a T95, but it is slow. So, speed limit 42, yeah, out of these, it's already the slowest out of all of them. That seemed to be the Japanese thing as well. They're not the fastest tanks out there. They're not the slowest. The tier 10 is pretty nice and mobile, but the rest of them are pretty poor in the acceleration department. Top speed is not always really bad or anything, but it's just the acceleration is pretty shit. Reverse speed 34, trust me, it's painful. I mean, all of these have better with the stock tracks than this one has with, or equal, than this has with its upgraded tracks. The reverse speed is slow. If you can, as soon as you can, on your Japanese crew, get clutch braking. You'll thank me once you get to this thing. It is damn poor. You'll see it in the video. Hull armor, pretty shit, but most of them are at this tier. None of them really have armor. So 75 is pretty smack average. 76, 60, 75, 63, so they're all around the same, and against most things you're going to be up against, it doesn't matter. They will pen you anyways. I mean, tier 5, most things have, give or take, 100 pen. Now add some sloping to the 75, although this thing has a lot of flat surfaces, but I'll show you the tank again in a second, but yeah, it doesn't matter. So armor, who gives a shit? It might as well not have been armored. Shell damage, we'll take a look in a second. Turret, 36 degrees, is pretty damn slow as well. 44, 48, 46, 48. Turret reverse is slow. So again, it kinda sucks, the speed-wise. View range, 370, pretty smack average. We have some 360s here, 360 and 370, but none of these have their upgraded turrets again, so they might get 370 or 380 roughly. So yeah, it's just average. Signal range, well, enough. So let's close these windows. Okay, let's take a look at the guns. Now, yeah, let's take a look at this first. Gun-wise, it shoots a quite low caliber, I guess, compared to most others. It's only a 75mm versus 90, 85, 100s, and another 75. Rate of fire of 16.67, which is pretty good. It's better than the Comets. So that's not too bad. Did I get the right gun for the Comet? I don't think I did. Hold on. Let me grab the right one real quick. British, I'm blind. There's British. And yep. Clicky. That one. That is the final gun here, right? Yeah. Yeah, see, I did click on the wrong one. My bad. There we go. That's better. Okay, so rate of fire of... Well, the rate of fire doesn't really say a whole lot because the rate of fire goes with the damage, so, you know, it's kind of hard to say, but I guess we can do the penetration. 155 is not bad. If you compare it to some of the other ones, 148, 144, 160, 175, so it's pretty smack in the middle, really. But damage is only 130, which is, I do believe, quite by far the lowest out of all of them. Yep. Now, I don't have all the mediums in here, so there might be some that use worse, but I don't think so. But it does have the rate of fire of 16 to sort of compensate for the lower damage output. 0.35 accuracy. Again, initially I thought it was pretty bad, and sniping with this thing is horrifically bad. But if you look at some of the other ones, 0.34 is the only one that's better, and the rest is 0.42, 0.37, 0.38, so it's actually one of the better ones. The aiming time is excellent at 1.7. It's a great aiming time. Now, so it doesn't really compare that well to all the other guns because it's just a faster firing one. Well, yeah, that's not the entire story, because, bam, it gets an autoloader. Oh yeah. Now, the thing about this autoloader is it's the same pen, same damage, same accuracy, same aim time, same weight. So for those stats, nothing will change for you if you mount one or the other. You can pick. This is one of the first things I've actually seen this on. It might be the first, where the normal gun and the autoloader gun are the exact same gun. One is just an autoloader. The overall damage output, however, there is a difference. Let's take a quick look. I currently have the non-autoloader version loaded, and it says my damage per minute is 2167, right? Average damage per minute there. And if I mount the autoloader, it will say 1950. So it goes from 19 to 21? Yeah, 21. Which essentially is about 2 more rounds a minute, give or take, with the non-autoloader. However, the thing is, the gun that you pick, the autoloader is not necessarily the best gun to pick, because you have that downtime of the loading. You shoot 3 shells, as you can see, 3 shells in a magazine, 1 second apart, and then you have a 10-second reload for your entire clip. The 10-second reload isn't bad, but if you're caught off guard, you are defenseless. So if you play a flanker, the autoloader is the best. If you are more of a brawler and more facing tanks frontally, then the normal gun is better. Because this burst damage you have with the autoloader is great when you shoot at somebody's flank or side, or whenever they're in danger of disappearing behind hard cover and you need to get off as many shots as possible. This one will get you 3 shots in 3 seconds. Well, this one will only get you 1, if you're lucky, 2 shots in 3 seconds. Or give or take 3 seconds. So reload time isn't exactly 3 seconds, but... So, this one for burst, no doubt about it, is much better. But if they're coming after you, and you need to defend yourself, well, then an autoloader can be problematic. You can do 3 times 130 damage, but then you're out. This one, you pump out 130 damage every 3 seconds. So it's either you shoot him and you wait for 10 seconds before you can shoot, or you shoot every 3 seconds, so the longest you have to wait is 3 seconds, give or take. So it really depends on the situation and your playstyle, which is the better gun. I've played with both, I enjoy both. So for me there isn't a clear winner, it's purely situational. Usually when I play this one, I come into situations where I prefer the autoloader. When I play the autoloader, I do great, and then somebody gets close to me and I wish I had a normal gun, so I actually didn't have the 10-second reload. So it's a bit difficult to say which one is the better gun. Yep, gooey. Now, as I said before, the engine is a bit of an odd one. As you can see, you go from 500 to 550 horsepower, which is not a great upgrade, but not bad. But chance of fire, 20%, 15%, you get increased, increased chance of fire, which kind of sucks. But there's something you should pay attention to. The 5% extra chance of fire and the 50% or 50 extra horsepower comes also with a 500 kilogram weight reduction. That's quite considerable. The engine weight gets cut in half, so this will help your acceleration considerably over the stock engine. Yeah, 5% more chance of fire, but you know, you do get a lot more acceleration and speed out of it, so I would still say it's worth it, even though you get 5% more chance of fire. Track, get it as soon as possible. You can, I do believe, yeah, you can mount, let me try. Okay, you can't mount the turret, but you can mount the second gun without the final turret. Actually, that one is in front of, oh yeah, it's in front of the turret. I don't remember, there was one tank, I'm trying to remember which one it was, in a Japanese line, where you could, without a track, get almost everything on the tank, including the turret and the final gun. It wasn't this one. Okay, my bad, never mind. Let's get that track back on here. And the turret. And the gun to the autoloader. They look exactly the same, by the way. On the outside here. This is the autoloader. And this is the other one. So you cannot see it from the outside what gun they have, so be careful. It could surprise you. And by the way, if you think my voice is a bit shoddy, yes it is. Sorry. The throat is a bit filled up, congested, really annoying, but anyways, that's why I sound like shit. So, overall, quick recap. It's not a fast tank. It doesn't have a great gun. It doesn't have a fast turret or a good turret. Turret armor in general on this thing is pretty shit. Does have pretty decent depression. Can't complain about that. It is about, yeah, this much I would say. Something like that. So it's pretty decent depression. It's not great, but it's definitely not bad. And it seems to be the thing on the Japanese, except for the tier 1 and the tier 10, which have better depression, but it's certainly not bad. I would say it's about 7 degrees depression. 8 maybe. I'm not 100% sure in degrees, but it's pretty good. For your equipment, rammer, you can have a rammer with a autoloader, one of the first times ever. Vents, obviously. And for the final one, since it's only a 1.7 second aim time, you don't need an enhanced gun laying drive at all. So I would say go for binoculars, extra view range, and I'm about to show you a replay why. So yeah, that is this tank. And I think it's time that I've rambled on enough and we take a look at the gameplay, so let's go. I swear this tank is cursed. There's no other way. Yeah, the replay I was referring to in the garage part of this review, I don't have that replay because World of Tanks decided that the best game I've ever played in this tank was not worthy of recording as a replay. So, the settings are on. You know, I've got everything set up right. This one did record the game I played immediately after, but the game I played before this one just didn't record. The game did not crash, you know, it's not like it didn't save because it crashed or anything, it just didn't save it. So isn't that lovely? Best freaking game, mastery badge, ace tanker game, and it didn't record a damn replay. Anyways, we are here on airfield, and I am using, as you can see, the autoloader gun. Because I figured the normal gun, you know how those work, and I'll show you how the autoloader works. So yeah, this is definitely not the best game I've ever played. Keep that in mind, like I said, I lost that replay, so we'll just have to make do with this. But a nice shot into him. I did not do 200 damage, somebody else hit him at the same time. Just saying, this gun doesn't do 200 damage. Anyways, we are using the gun depression and the slope here to our advantage. Out, back to external. This is the gun depression, pretty much. As you can see, it's not bad depression. It's not great, but it's not bad. And right now I can peek over the hill, so yeah, it's not, you know, not too shabby. We've reloaded our drum, and let's see if we can mess up this T-32 down here. T-29, excuse me.
Enemy is hit.
you can see, the aim time, the initial is a bit long, but after that it's pretty damn good. Ah, dang it. I kind of dunked that last shot because I saw that PZ SFL thingamajiggy up there and was like, I don't want to be shot in the face by that. Now, I know he didn't move all that quickly. There he is. Ah, come on! Really? Freaking ricochet on that thing? The non-armored German TD? Are you kidding me? The last shot went slightly slow. Oh, E25 is looking at me. As you can see, with our autoloader, we actually out-damage an E25, or out-rate of fire, I guess, an E25. So, for every one shot he can put into us, we can put 3 into him, pretty much. So he missed his first shot. Oh, we missed our second. And I bounced. Yeah, the penetration on this gun is not great. It's not like it's horrifically bad. Oh, oh shit, tank on my side, tank on our side, god damn it. Keep your barrel away, dude, move! There's a tank on your side pouring shots into your freaking... Are you blind? Look at that big red freaking indicator on the side of your screen and he still goes into his line of fire. Oh my god, this dude is an absolute bleep. Ugh. Yes, I did bleep myself there. What a fracking more bleep. I'm not gonna call him those things on air, but bloody hell he is bleep. Oh man, unfracking believable. And we finish him off. AST43 next to me. Actually, I don't have names on. It's fine. He's a bloody retarded moron. What the hell was he thinking? There we go. That feels good to get that off my chest. He had a freaking E25 directly next to him, who poured 6 or 7 shots into his freaking side and he didn't notice. And he was in my way of firing at him. People like that deserve to be shot in the barrel. At this point I'm relocating back to base because I don't think I'm gonna see that artillery. I don't think I have, I'm gonna be there in time to take a shot at him. So I just decide to get back to base and hopefully get some shots into the Shafi. As you can see, this thing is not fast. Cruising speed 30, late 30s, give or take, like 38, 37. Going down to low 30s when you go up to, a slight slope or water or sand. This thing is not fast. It really isn't. Cruising speed is pretty poor for a medium. And it bleeds, and I can't stress this enough, bleeds speed when you turn the tracks. It really does. Well, ooh, crap, oh. I'm still not entirely used to the lag on this server. It's very difficult to gauge how to, I'm looking for a word. Aim in front of your target, lead your target, there we go. Because of the lag, because sometimes you need to not lead all that much, and sometimes with the damn lag you have to lead quite a bit, so it's very difficult to get the lead right on a test server. The shell travel time on these shells is, from most tanks that I'm used to, it's slow, but it's not like it's slow. It's sort of medium, the shell travel time, but again, it's something you're gonna have to get used to. And we win. Let's take a look at the stats. Can we get this Shafi? Where is he? Can we get him? Nope. So yeah, very much in the spirit of wargaming, never recording my fracking mastery badges in replays. Fracking, yes, I'm pissed. Best game I've had in this thing, and it didn't record a fracking replay. The setting is on. I mean, that's not it. Here, it's on. It just didn't record it, and it's the only one that didn't get recorded. Don't you just love that kind of shit? I'm having a bad enough time on this tank as it is, and it's not the tank's fault, it's just the game's. The test server, they were horrific yesterday and today. Well, we'll have to settle for this. It's not what I wanted to show you guys, but it's the only thing I got. It wasn't a bad game, I mean, to be honest, but it wasn't a 1200 experience game either. Yes, that was what my other game was, 1200 single experience. And I don't have a fracking replay. Oh well, anyways, let's take a look what we did. We got a whole bunch of spotting damage on people. We took out his engine, and took out his track and driver. Let's take a look. We did the best in our team. We did this 3rd highest damage. Oh, that's a nasty ass tank. That's an artillery, no shocker there. And then there's this thing. Now I did have a couple of these shots, should have been hits, but I couldn't because the damn teammate was too stupid to realize there was a tank directly next to him. And he was completely in my way, and I would have probably hit his barrel, because that is my luck. On the enemy tank, I can never hit a barrel. You know, their gun barrel. On a ally tank, whenever their stupid barrel is in front of my point of view, I always hit it. When they just swing like the tip of their freaking turret in my way, I hit it and I disable it. It's so bloody annoying. So, I couldn't fire there, so yeah, that cost me a kill that I could have gotten, or at least earlier. And I would have taken him out and my ally wouldn't have taken so much damage, but he was stupid and didn't realize there was a tank right next to him. What are you gonna do, test server? I took 3 hits, all of them penned. Yeah, the autoloader is pretty fun on this tank. When you're at long range engagements and you have the chance to duck into cover while reloading, the auto gun is your friend, the autoloader. So we did 1400 damage, still not bad. I should have hit more of these, but what are you gonna do? Test server, other people, wasn't a perfect game. I'll be the first to admit it. 1400 damage is still not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. We did 1000 potential damage, or we got 1000 potential damage, due to assistance, I should say. Not potential, 400 potential. I'm confusing all my numbers here. We spotted 1, we damaged 5, and we destroyed 1. So I walked away with 21k money in total, after repairs and ammo, 15k profits. One thing to show you, I'll do that in a sec. 800 single experience, which isn't bad. The shells are pretty cheap on this thing, 140 credits a shell. So you can, you can afford to spam a bit. And I think I'm gonna show you the results of the other game I played, which I sadly can't show you, which really pisses me off. Damn it. Well, let's take a look at the stats of the other game. So, this is the game I don't have a replay of because it doesn't seem to have recorded it. Sharpshooter, Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker. Man, I want to show this one. Spawning damage on him, both spawning and assistance. A little bit of spawning damage there. Spawning damage there. And if I can hover, there we go. Spawning damage there. We did track and fuel tank damage there. And track damage there. We did 944 damage and walked away with 1264 single experience. What the frack? And of course that's the game that I don't have. One of the best games I've ever played, experience wise. He did pretty well. Only did 800 damage, walked away with second highest in his team. 546 shots, blah. I had to spam, I was lowest tier, tier 7 in a very tier 9 game. Yeah. Did 944 damage, which isn't too bad considering I was a tier 7 in a tier 9 game. But I took 1 hit, hit penned, and took damage. 490 I guess. So yeah, we had to spam a lot of rounds there to get that. Kinda sucked. Low tier, not very accurate gun, that's what you're gonna have to do. So yeah, we have 1200 hit points, so 490 wasn't all that much, but spawning damage, almost 4000 spawning damage, and that's where I got almost all my experience from. The best game I've ever had. I spawned it, not necessarily spawned it, but respawned it, most of them. It wasn't the initial spot, but I walked away with 18k profit and 5 times, well it's 5 times on the test server, who gives a crap, but 1264 single experience, no premium. That in itself is a pretty awesome game. I don't see 1200 experience games all that often. So yeah, that was a pretty awesome game to show you guys, and now I can't because apparently replays disappear. So that's fracking amazing. But yeah, to recap this tank, the gun choice, whichever you prefer. Either one will work. As for the engine, yeah, upgrade it. It's still the better choice, really. And I guess that's about it. Use the suppression to your advantage. Don't engage one-on-one because you do have the hit points, but your damage output isn't all that great. You know, low damage per shot, so you can't finish somebody off fast. So, yeah, just be careful with this tank and keep it a bit in the background. Use it as more of a flanker than a frontline brawler because you just don't have the armor to ever bounce, really. And yeah, that I guess is the Type 5G Re. Lovely names. So, thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.